my goodness! Look at this!
Hi guys, so this is my Walker Stalker London 2018 review slash tips slash haul video. So it's actually my first time going to any convention. There's a lot of mixed reviews I saw about this from last year from people, but I actually really enjoyed myself. So firstly, I need to thank Kirsty, one of the volunteers, who last minute managed to get me a ticket for Saturday, which I didn't have before. So thank you so much to Kirsty. Now, if it weren't for Kirsty, I wouldn't have been able to get there on the Saturday, and without that I wouldn't have been able to do my cosplay. It's the first time I've ever done cosplay. I went as Summer, the first walker on the show, so that was really fun. I got a lot of pictures with the other people that were there. I got a lot of pictures with the art that some of the people have done of her. So one of the artists actually knew the character who played her, Addie. They managed to send the picture over to the family, who replied and said that was really cool. I also tagged Addie on Instagram with a picture of me, and she commented on it too, so that was quite a cool little thing that they managed to see me cosplaying as her. I really enjoyed the panels this year as well. A lot of reviews last year, but you couldn't really see them or hear them if you was just general admission because she was at the back. This year it was in a bigger room. Even from the back you could hear, but if the front wasn't filled up you could just walk up and get one of the seats that were nearer. I managed to watch the Troublemakers panel and the 100 panel. Really enjoyed them both. I got to ask a question in the 100 panel. And it's just an interesting way to kind of get behind the scenes facts, random questions, and see what the characters are really like. Now, I saw a lot of reviews last year of the volunteers shouting at people for getting the sneaky pictures. I managed to get a few. I did get told off, but they don't really shout at you, they just tell you no pictures. The staff at the event were really well. The volunteers, they're so kind because obviously they want to be there too. It's not very informative. A lot of them don't know what's going on. I asked a couple of questions to some of them and they had to go and get someone else to answer the question, and even when the question was answered it was wrong. So although they were very kind, they didn't really know everything that was going on. But other than that, that was good. So as well as the celebrities being in the panels and at their stations, you also get to see them getting transported from the sections to go to their photo ops or to go to the panels. I managed to pass Greg and Eliza, which was really cool. Obviously the people like Norman and Jeffrey, they get escorted by more people. It's harder to see, it's harder to get a picture with them. But it's still really interesting to watch them walking across, and the amount of attention they get. Jeffrey and Norman especially. Norman I saw on the balcony this year throwing silly string down, and he just really has fun with the fans, so it's a nice little bonus. As I said, I went as cosplay for the Saturday. They actually had a cosplay contest which I was a part of. It was really good. They had two different categories. They had the good people and the dead slash evil people. Everyone that was there had a really good time. They dressed up to their best, they dressed to impress. Walking on the stage and having people cheer and kind of really see how much effort you've put into your costume was a really cool way to show off. And stuff like the cosplay contest, it's also a good way to meet the other guests that were there. Obviously everyone's there for the same reason. They love The Walking Dead or they love geeky sci-fi things. And everyone across the whole event was so kind. Although it was busy and crowded a lot of the time, no one was really pushing or shoving. If you bumped into somebody, you say sorry. So everyone there was really kind of considerate of each other, which was really nice. So I'd also like to give a special shout out to Cherry, who came out of her photo op line to meet either Norman or Jeffrey, just to take a picture of me as her cosplay, which was really fun, really interesting. Go give her a follow on YouTube as well, Every Other Day Cherry. Give her a watch because I watched her videos from last year as well to get some ideas on this year. So thank you, Cherry. As you probably already know, the food and the stalls there are quite expensive. The food mainly £2 for a can of drink and £3 for a bottle. It's easier just to walk out and get one. The stalls, some of them were expensive, some of them were quite okay priced. I did see a lot of interesting stuff there that I hadn't seen before. There were a lot of different stalls, different art, different stuff for sale. So it really is interesting as well to see those kind of sides of it. As well as the stalls, they also had different experiences, which was really fun. They had people that done your special effects makeup. They had green screens where you could stand in front of the walkers, get attacked by them or attack them. They also had the Walker Maze experience. I was really looking forward to this one. It's £5. We ended up queuing for about an hour. The sounds coming from it were amazing. There was chainsaw, gate slamming, screaming, walkers screaming. And then when we got there, it felt a bit rushed. It was kind of 2 minutes, we were in, we were out. It was a little bit scary, but there wasn't much going on. It didn't really last that long. So I wasn't overly happy with that one. But it was still fun. So the queues, it really depends what you're wanting from this, how bad the queues are. Obviously, if you want to see the high-end celebrities, the main characters, you're going to be queuing for longer. I met Richard Harmon from the 100. He was away for a cigarette break while I was waiting in the queue. I waited for about 5 minutes, and then he came and saw me, and he spent 5-10 minutes talking to me, so that was really fun. Obviously, people spent a lot longer queuing for a lot of the bigger celebrities, so it just depends what you want out of that. As for queuing for stuff like the panels, that wasn't too bad at all either. You just kind of walked in as well if it had already started. It's not like once it started you weren't allowed access to it, so even if you waited 10-15 minutes you can join later on. I think the best thing about the whole experience as well is just meeting so many different people, from the celebrities to the guests to the tattoo artists to the people that work there. Everyone's there for the same reason, they enjoy what they're doing. Don't be afraid to talk to people, both the celebrities and the guests. Richard and Sashin had nobody in their queue at one point, and I was just walking past and talking to them. I didn't have to pay for that. As well as volunteers and the guests, if you see something you like, if you see a cosplayer you like, go up and say, oh, I like what you've done there. It's a good place to talk to people who have the same interest in you, so that's always a good thing. And then one of the other highlights for me was meeting UK Negan. Obviously I was general admission, so there was no chance of me meeting Jeffrey Dean Morgan at this one, but UK Negan was so brilliant. He looks like him when you get there, he talks like him, he acts like him. It was £10 for a photo with him. They took loads of photos, they done loads of different poses. You also get a bag of goodies that I'll show you in a second as well. And it really made the experience because it felt like you was there with Negan. He talks to you as Negan, he kind of laughs, he goes to hit you with Lucille. And it's moments like that that really make the convention worth it for me. If you're thinking about going next year, I'd say definitely wear comfortable shoes. I was on my feet a lot for most of the day. Because I wanted to do a lot of things, I wanted to meet a lot of people, I wanted to buy a lot of stuff, I wasn't sitting down much. But yeah, comfortable shoes are a must. Either bring your own food and drink in or go out and get some because it is too pricey in there. I did buy some cool gruesome cupcakes and some brownies just because it was kind of there. But the food to actually eat there, like the hot dogs, were £5 something for the basic ones, so it wasn't really worth it for me. Overall, I did really enjoy it. There was so much to do. Like I said, I had general admission and I really enjoyed myself. You don't have to pay the extra money to have a good time, but obviously the more you pay, the more you do get out of it. But for general admission, you still get to do a lot of things if you're just willing to go for it, wait a little bit, and just enjoy yourself. Let's see what I got. So I got one of the Walking Dead mystery bags, which got loads of items inside of it. I got one of the construction sets, so I'll give that a little bit of build in a second. I'm just trying to get whatever I can feel out of it. I've got the Walking Dead dog tags. Some top zombie trading cards, so it's like top trumps. Got a Walking Dead wristband, which I'm really happy with because the one from the conventions I didn't really like. Just a little sticker. A nice little skeleton pen. So I actually got a full picture of Gavin from The Walking Dead, so hopefully if he's there next year I can get that signed. I got one of the Dorbs vinyl collectible. This one is Michonne. You can't really see it, but there she is on the side. And again. And a little magnet of Beth, which says, when you care about people, hurt is part of the package. So that's kind of cool. So let's build the Rick I got from this one. And there we go, there he is. Doesn't really look like him, but now this bag I'm actually really happy with because it was a bonus from meeting UK Negan. As you can see, a picture of him with the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram handle. Then also got a nice lanyard with a picture as well. And then on the back it says about Walker Stalker Olympia London 10th and 11th of March. So that's really good. And then another little sticker showing what was there. Also random lollipops, so quite nice. And then a couple of badges. So the UK Negan, like I said, that was £10 for a photo with him. This bag was included in it. So absolutely 100% worth meeting UK Negan. Really did make it for me. And loads of cool stuff as a little extra with it as well. So I got another mystery box here. This one was reduced down to £8 at the end of the last day on the Sunday, just to probably get rid of the last of the stock they had. Got a cool Walking Dead poster pitch here, a lot of cast in there. That'd be a good one to get signed. Also got Rocket Raccoon Scalers, collect them, hang them. I think they hang off wires and stuff. And then there's also a Marvel comic book. Haven't heard that one before, but I'll give that one a read. Okay, now I stopped that video there because the rest of the box wasn't really that interesting to me. There was nothing else that I wanted to talk about, but there was more in that box. Now, if you're thinking about going to Walker Stalker but debating it, I can 100% recommend it. It is definitely worth it, even if you just are general admission. Next year I'm going to try volunteer it, because it looked like they have fun as well. If not, I'm going to go for a high level ticket. Before I end the video, I'm just going to say that if you are thinking about going, start looking at Facebook groups and Facebook pages. A lot of the people that are on those groups have been before, so they can answer any questions that you have. You really get to know people. Some people even share hotels, they share parking, they go together. They've got 101 more tips than I could ever say on here, so it's just worth going on those pages. You get to see some amazing pictures from other people, you get to see different perspectives that you might not see, because there is so much to do there. Other people get to see things for you, and on the page they share experiences, they share pictures. I've even seen pictures of myself dressed in my cosplay that other people took of me when they stopped me. So it's a really cool way to connect with people that really like The Walking Dead too. As for money, a lot of people are saying it is expensive. It just depends how much you want to buy. I went with around £130 and came back with about 20, so it's not too bad. I got my selfies, autographs that I wanted. I got the mystery boxes. I got a few geeky bits. I spent a bit of it on the food and drink. Overall then, for my first ever con, absolutely loved it. I'd definitely go back and do another one. I enjoyed meeting new people, I enjoyed the experience, there's so much to do, and yeah, I loved the whole weekend. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you got enough information from it that you need, and yeah, hopefully see you next year.